And joining us now with more on the latest strikes and expansion of the military campaign in Gaza is Brigadier General in the Reserves, Israel Shafir, a combat pilot and former commander of Israel's largest Air Force base. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So with the collapse of the ceasefire and renewed fighting in Gaza, will this second round of combat be any different than what we've previously seen?
Not much, because we're still talking about Hamas terrorists or activists who are within the local population, hiding either in the tunnels or amid the refugee camps, tent camps spread throughout Gaza. So a very careful and meticulous effort will be made to make sure that there's a minimal collateral damage while chasing Hamas operatives. So I don't expect that it will look much different than before, unfortunately.
And the IDF has indicated it's seeking to expand its ground invasion into Gaza, with soldiers already operating throughout the Strip. In the first round of fighting, the Air Force struck hundreds of Hamas targets. What is the Air Force's role in this renewed fighting? And are there still viable targets left for the Air Force to strike?
Well, let's delve into that a little bit. The exchange ratios of killed between the IDF and Hamas is about 40-1. I'm talking about Hamas terrorists and not collateral damage. And that is done by the fact that the units that go in are actually helped by UAVs hovering above, clearing the way, looking at any potential dangerous Hamas, either personnel or booby traps and things of that nature, and taking them out as much as they can. They're also using quadcopters within buildings and even within tunnels that relay back information. So we're talking about high-tech and aerial support that helps the ground soldiers as they advance through to make sure that their safety comes first and decrease the possibility of being hit by Hamas. It doesn't always work. It's not a 100% security, but it really reduces the threat and the slow movement that we saw in the previous time that will be repeated again is the one that promises that you can take that area, analyze it, get through without getting too many fatalities along the way.
You know, in the last 24 hours, we saw numerous eliminations of senior Hamas terrorists by the IAF. Can you share with us what goes into an operation like this?
Well, the basis of this is information and intelligence. The intelligence of those that we seek to hit is actually relayed, as you can imagine, by people on the ground that are not, they may not be particularly fond of us, but they're less fond of Hamas than they are of us. And that information leads us to where those operatives are, even if they're hiding in a hospital. Next thing that happens is, can we take that person out in a hospital without collateral damage? So create a scenario where that particular person is secluded from others and use a minimal amount of munition, a minimal munition of, I would say, a small weight munition delivered from a UAV or from an airplane for a precise hit within about 3 to 4 feet of the target, even if you have to go through the roof, and the munition that explodes has very little explosives in it, so that anyone within few feet may get hurt, but not further than that. And that is actually what happened yesterday.
All right, well, Brigadier General Israel Shafir, thank you so much for your insights and for joining us today.
Thank you.